And a great matchup ahead. NIP taking on Navi. And we're right into this one. It's a little bit of Mirage to open up.
Yeah, Simple looking confident in the lobby as well, so ready to see him come into this matchup against NIP, who have risen through the ranks as of late. A good RMR, and now some higher expectations, perhaps on a team that has had struggles, and a lot of those struggles have been on those T sides, Yanko, but I was pretty impressed at what Alexibi cooked up on the RMR at least. We'll see if he can show the same face today.
Yeah, over here in middle, NIP already moving in, and Navi ready to respond. Simple, going to be that first point of contact. They will trade him out. Headtrick gets the better of him. Electronic mopping up Rez in through the window. And right now, Navi locking out middle. Nip tried to kind of stake their claim to this real estate early, and they've been sent packing. So now grinding this one to a bit of a halt. They're going to let Headtrick try and work his way out through Palace, but he's on the receiving end of Electronic. And so this pistol round looking good for Navi.
Oh, did he see him? Doesn't seem like it. Broden's got a good timing, and they definitely caught a whiff of what's on short. They changed their mind, going to hunt down this kill while they've got an idea, but 30 seconds, and Navi have too strong on B as well. That info's about to come through. Perfecto with the jiggle, holding out and trying to take this first kill. He's got it. Alexi with a trade, pinched between two sites, and in a 1v3 with 20 seconds, it's looking done for them.
Looking so damn good, man. It felt really nice, and as mentioned, MPL was a huge part of it. He was the top-rated player, so you're in a team with Simple, and you've been able to steal the limelight. It's impressive.
There was a buddy system there for sure. There were certain positions, certain maps where it felt like Simple was doing a lot to set up.
Yeah, they were like tethered together a lot.
Yeah, long on Inferno. I think Inferno was the most fun watching Navi. We had a couple of games out from them there, that into the breach one, into double overtime that Navi just won. But they were tethered, and Simple was doing a lot to set up MPL and vice versa on the long side as well. Some bait and switches, some flash plays on long. So yeah, I'm excited to the future of this team and see if MPL can do it again, right? Because sure, one good event, the Navi sweep through 3-0, but even though Simple may be confident about their chances here in Rio, there are definitely some scary teams on the horizon. Are Nip one of them? Right now they're trying to make that case, but in a full eco, it's going to be Navi clean sweeping this with ease, presumably. Simple's playing USP, just sniping them out of middle. 2 kills, of course, and it won't be any issue as Simple farms up 3 on the anti-eco. Bombs joining them. Navi is set up perfectly for this.
Yeah, Config could catch Perfecto. That's wild that he just swings it wide out into middle. And Config will collect that trade at least, so that's something to find the 4-on-4. Flashing a Palace peak as well for Brolin to try and get involved over on the A site.
No.
Config threads the needle though, makes it all the way down short, but Electronic has re-aggroed through the connector. This is like a tug of war over in mid. And there's no calling it yet. That bomb getting away over on Cat has now been retrieved. Configs ran with it into the B site. This one going to be a 2v3 post plant for NIP. Brolin a little ways out. They saw him over towards Palace earlier on, so they're trying to sniff out this lone player. Bit with a swing fight over in mid. Will get the better of Brolin, and that leaves it all on Config now.
Let's see if he's good for it,
He
Harry.
needs the ace clutch in the 1v3. This guy's been a flat-out marauder. He's been something else in some of these games for the Nip squad. He's on for a third now. Config, can he slam the hammer down? They're on the bomb. They're sticking it. The spray lands a tag, but it will be around for Navi as Bit just holds.
Dry contact out ramp right now. They've set up nothing for him. Brolin's in Palace making noise as well. Electronic gets out early spot, but it's up to Bit.
Oh, that flash does wreck him. Headtrick sets up Alexi B for the opener. And an early 5v4 like this, you're running with the Tech 9s, you've got all this space. Really, really good spot for the Nip squad on this partial investment round. Alexi full sending it into the connector. It's an idea. It was one of the options available, but it doesn't pan out for him. There is still this backstab on the cards, though, all the way through B. Rez arrives with the Deagle. His teammates in the site just remaining hidden. Config offers up a swing and will give that fight away. Brolin with a scavenge gun, putting up a double. Keeps them in this, but they're on the bomb. They're sticking it. Hedrick might have knocked him off, but now he's got to get past MPL, boxed into a corner, out of ammo for MPL. This is so awkward. And Hedrick!
Cool, because, you know, he had a great RMR similar to MPL, right? These young Ukrainian stars. Hedrick obviously had a fantastic series against Big in that 2-2 match to avoid the LCQ, and it was the LCQ where Big fell, as you would expect with FaZe and Cloud9 waiting. So, yeah, Hedrick with a great series to actually save Nip from that disaster. And it was on Mirage as well, where he did most of the work. This round, though, Navi didn't even full send. They put a couple of pistols in, simple board.
Prior, they were brimming with confidence, knowing it was just the pistols to go up against here, but they might have flown too close to the sun. Perfecto does go 1-for-1 over towards jungle. They even spot the man over at short. Alexi goes for that fight and brings it down to the 1v1. MPL is the man to beat, but he's got the cross. On with the...
That's extremely important. One good win, one good run at the tournament can completely change the complexity of a team.
Yeah, you know, we talked a bit about it in the opener, just this, I think it was really that Astralis matchup, the one that kind of brought everyone on side, right? And you understand why for Config, with all the history there. He wanted to show that he had what it takes, and man, like, he put up a great series, and I feel like he's even found like a much better ground in terms of being consistent since that point. So, yeah, I think we've seen a bit of a refreshed look from NIP.
They desperately want this AK, look at this. And he's going to see them grab it as well. He'll see it disappear, so Hedrick can call that over here as well, but Config's lurk could change everything. Timing is key. He's going to get dinked on the quick swing, and Simple will finish the job. That forces Nip's hand. They might have to go with how they started. The bomb has to bail back from under and commit into the AK.
Yeah, they were starting to rotate away from B, and like you say, now their hands are kind of tied on this one. Config has offered up a couple of life-saving, you know, like lurks in some of these rounds on the T side, but this time he's the source of a bit of a problem. It's this 4v4 into the B site they go. They know this AK was retrieved and picked up here earlier, so they've got to try and find it. They've got to deal with it.
No.
Electronic rings out with a double kill. They learn about the AK now. They know it's in at the bench. Is that going to make dealing with it any easier? Electronic goes on a tear. This is left to Hedrick now. Onto the AK, swaps off the AWP and go. They all love a move, man. That's what you'll say about them. That's what the record will show about this NIP roster.
Sure,
Config,
yeah.
floating around at the bottom of connector. Oh, the timing on this. He flicks back down to find Electronic, and he's even ready for a reswing off of the short. MPL, oh my God, he's done well for himself there, right? There was like kind of 3 players set up to deal with Config over in middle. He gets out with, you know, only 1 kill to his name, going 1-for-1, but he's softened up both Perfecto and MPL in this round. Now the rest of NIP grouping for the A hit. They trade this kill on Bit over at Palace, and Simple has just missed that timing at ramp. But that will quickly get remedied. He flicks back up. Hedrick takes one of the dome. This AWP back in spawn is a big problem for NIP.
No way.
They're lacking the util to make his life too miserable here. They try to rush in and stop the bomb plant, but that confidence, that's going to betray Navi here. They lose 2, and this is left to MPL in the clutch. He was the man at short that Config softened up.
Wasted. Electronic, he doesn't know they're right below him right now. Config's coming in on the fade, and he has been crisp all game, hitting another headshot. Simple back at the A site, and he's still got Bit, whose position is known about. The lurk smoke goes out ramp, but Rez on his own is only selling a fake right now. Are Navi going to buy it? MPL's aggressive B rotations again with his knife out, leave him in the hot water, but he might have a backstab to make up for it. He doesn't know about Alexi, though. Running up, and Alexi catches him on low health. That opens up a B plant if he goes now.
He even grabbed that smoke on his way. Gonna have that as they move into the site. No one here for Navi. And so Alexi just taking the space that 1 kill has given them, even getting this plant down. Perfecto with the spam still knocks him out of the round. Rez got to do this alone, but this was the guy who saved the last round, much like this one for NIP. He's opened it up with the first kill. Simple and Bit still to beat. Holds on to the market, hoping they give him another fight here, and they will, but Bit closes.
In the ladder room, might peek into it. Rez needs his kill. He saw something. MPL not quite as knowledgeable. 35 seconds near about. Nip start to set up on A. And that's the kill that could have given them away in. Instead, they start to fall like flies.
Yeah, this is the bomb on Hedrick over in middle as well. This can't afford to get lost trying to come up the connector, but with 20 seconds, he has to be a little lazy in these checks, right? Because he's focusing on the speed of getting there. And with his teammates out through ramp, but now the bomb let loose down in...
You know, lackluster T side, and Navi primed to get a 10-round CT half. So Nip needed change in that last round of the half, right? It's not going to come through now with just Eagles. Config's got some space, sure, but they won't really mind, and they're even retaking a position Nip think they've cleared.
You can see the consequences of that save. So you save in a 4v5, and then the next round you don't really have utility because everyone's zeroed out. So it's a tough buy round to win. You lose that, now you have to eco. You've given basically 3 rounds to Navi off of that. It's crappy, but Navi definitely the better team so far. 1 step ahead of NIP.
5 steps ahead, maybe. And maybe even 6, unless Rez has something to say. Oh dear, he got team dinked from behind as well. Symple picks him off with a P250, and Navi look to pressure B. They don't have to commit here. They've still got a man in the window to worry about. Electronic with great real estate will give Navi room to wait. This is an ugly fight. Brolin's not having a great game, is he? And Electronic is given a second chance at life. 2 players coming through, though. Headtrick will defend, and Symple holds on to the apartments. That's a very aggressive B push from Config. It's going to leave them in the mud, in the mist, not knowing what's going on. Symple trying to send it out B, but he doesn't know that Alexi's also here.
Yeah, but dude, look what he's done on the minimap, even pulling everyone around. The bomb is coming around to try and join him. So Symple will actually have to exert some pressure over the site here. His teammates dropping in. Alexi still alive at the back. How's a teammate now with him? Oh, they will win that first fight. Symple dead, knocked to the floor. And Alexi still dancing around before he's put to rest. Perfecto and MPL left in the hot seat. Second man arrives up through the short side. Perfecto trying to break down these fights into 1v1s, and he wins that first one. Now just Brolin a beat. And we've already seen some whiff shots from Brolin. And you know, I think one of the things that's wild is, you know, when you look at who's been involved in... hang on a moment, Electronic boosted up and over. Yeah, really knocks Rez out of the round. Great way to find that opening. Forces this engagement to take place down in the connector that NIP just weren't really looking for. Alexi, they've jumped right over him. And he's trying to wrestle for this B-site control, but he's overran. Config comes up through short in the meantime. Drops that bomb. It's a stalemate in the fight, but the nade gonna tip the scales, maybe. Config
1 bullet.
eludes it. And now the USP to attempt to close this, but MPL not in a giving mood. It's left onto Brolin in the clutch. Now through market, he knows where this guy is. He knows he's got 1 man trapped in at least. And they think they've cleared this. Right now, Brolin's got the drop. There it is, bit dead. And MPL left to do it with
weaponry and utility.
It's a B rush. Smoke B, yeah, it's the same one to the second round. They just run it through.
Yeah. That smoke sails through both Molotovs, and everyone just burns alive as a result. That is rough.
They threw 2 smokes in B-abs and still couldn't extinguish it.
Dude, I mean, when I saw, when I saw Perfecto's just kind of like bounce on the spot between the 2 mollies and then bounce over the top of the other, it's like, oh dear. Oh dearie me. You could tell that that was going to be a bit of a cook time in the apartments. And so hoping to mop this round up now are NIP. They had a chance to keep it really clean. Brolin pushed all the way through ramp. There's also Config aggressing up through the apartments. This will give Symple a couple of fights. It's just whether or not he's ready for them. I think the last thing you're expecting in a 3v1 like this is Config to be so deep behind enemy lines. Oh my God, what? Why would he do that? He turns around and checks it. 1 bullet and Config is out of the round. Symple. Now 2 kills into the 1v4. And he becomes an entirely different beast right now. NIP do not want to feel like they threw this one away.
They're going for it.
They want to try and face him in middle. Symple taps out another, and he survives at 1 HP. Brolin, the last man standing. The last man to try and succeed.
And things are going according to plan.
Right now, it's a little eco rush for Navi. Take the wheels off, flex your muscles again. Symple with a D continues how he left off. But looking for the win this time around. MPL hunts down a man with the orb. Again, the young Ukrainians clash, and it's MPL dropping that gun. Symple needs to do so much more, though. Bit's grabbed himself a rifle. This is where you want Bit. Back at the bomb site. Smoke's beginning to fade. And Symple, can he thin that herd? Nip coming in all together. They await that smoke. It finally goes down, and now Nip come in. You would have loved some CT presence here. Navi are holding for it, but they know now. Eventually now they learn, right? Everyone's coming from this side of the map. Bit's done a lot with the AK, really softening up Alexi, and now he's just got to finish the job. Alexi B, not quite dead on the swing. Bit gives him a couple. The smokes bloom early, but just physically blocked by Brolin. Hedrick in the window, going to boost up his teammate into ladder room quickly, but look at how fast Navi have taken bottom mid. It's a bit right below. Simple scopes up and he sees him, but no shot. And luckily dodging death is Config. Meanwhile, Bit's taken hella space.
Yeah. Ooh, Brolin, lucky to still be alive, and he knows it. And Rez, how are you the guy who dies there, man? Bit just decides to go and take an entirely different fight, and then he goes back and finishes the one he started earlier. Brolin now dead, and Hedrick alone. He's gonna
use his instinct, call on the fly, take advantage of momentum, really.
Well, Navi have got that in spades. 3 rounds in a row. Close ramp setup is quite nice, and Nip might catch some unsuspecting Navi players, but they reroute Palace with a bomb, avoiding the danger. So this almost looks like a fake to Nip, who see all this util but see nothing behind it, and Navi come late through Palace while they make noise in middle. This could catch Nip completely off guard. How patient will Navi be up in this Palace right now? Making a lot of noise out under is Electronic. Alexi's curious. He wants that information. The cover is there from Bit. Navi have yet to go. And if Nip force send a flank to T-Spawn, they're going to be left lacking everything. Info and position. MPL comes out and finds Rez, and now they have the room. Alexi keeps them in this round and in this map, but it's Brolin, the big picture player, coming in on the flank.
Yeah, he's the guy who could make or break this for NIP, right? They're not going to be ready for the second player that pushed up down through ramp with Rez earlier on. And so Brolin does have the drop on Navi. Config's won out another fight, and Brolin's really trying to milk this for all he can. Dropping down, finds Simple, and also comes across the perfecto call back in spawn. MPL 1v3.
They want to draw out the counter utility, and then out, you know, just hit them with a 2-wave sort of a split. It worked out good. Just in the end, Brolin in a great position made a really good play.
They pop early again. It's Electronic late lurking. We'll see how that plays in, because Navi are already in the bomb site. Perfecto with quick rooting into it. Rez is hiding behind the smoke. You wouldn't expect 2 there, but Simple does trade quickly over the top as the molly lands, and Perfecto takes that easy kill. 4 on 2 right now. Navi have got this map. Can Nip save us?
With Electronic lurking in lower, it's a very tall order. Alexi dead, and Hedrick. Navi definitely favorites in the series now. This pistol round off to a rip-roaring start. They've got a lot of bodies out in middle. 3 strong here. They've spotted the donut play. They know about one of these guys. Are they ready for the door? Beretta's up close. A stray bullet gonna catch Bit in the background, and Electronic and Perfecto fall shortly after. It's all Beretta's across the field right now for NIP. People were looking at obviously upsetting things early on, and I think for a lot of the favorites coming into that event, there was this idea that, like, oh, maybe we played with too much respect, like, you know, giving away too much room. A few of the folks I spoke to there had sentiments like that. I almost wonder if we're going to see slightly looser rounds where folks try and make plays as a result of the RMRs. This is a wild fight over in middle, isn't it?
I mean, this is the perfect event. It's a util. That drop is perfectly timed. He doesn't wait for it. Molly behind, as you said, and the bomb runs through. It couldn't have gone better for Alexi Beast.
Yeah, lovely behold, man. He was the solo anchor here. Buys time with the smoke and molly drop. Everyone else can start to move around, and the fact that the bomb...
But not really in a position to use them.
Oh, the timing of this, and that's awkward. AK would have won it. Rez will live to fight another day, and Navi are crawling out B.
Config also made it past before Rez even had to take that fight, so he's fast flanking the cave. This should be a done round on position alone for NIP.
He's the only AK in the round.
On this smoke fade, he wants to try and swing it now. Is he ready for the second man in this bait and switch?
Oh,
Brolin, ugly on the swing, and Electronic going to serve up 2 kills over in the cave. That's now guns to be retrieved as well. Navi won't move around and grab them just yet. They're lobbing all this util up the ramp side. So only one of these guns retrieved. Electronic in with a 3rd. This AK is really delivering for Navi, and they get that trade onto Rez in the site, who tries to make a bit of a play through the long smoke with a flash from Hedrick. Electronic, he's taken these first 7 rounds personally, man. He really wants to go hunting and remove this AWP from play. Hedrick is aware.
Outside of Donut, but they go for the mid fight again.
And they keep winning it. Oh! That tag, that leg. Simple styling, but he doesn't know.
Yeah, the way NIP is approaching the CT side, that's sort of the Fury IA hit that they have. The execute would be really powerful, and Navi is now going for it as a mid-round adjustment.
They finished the job.
Yeah, Simple learns about his tag as the nade finds config, but NIP have already got bodies. Ooh, here, Electronic, another multi-kill round from the man at the helm of Navi, trying to bring them back into this one, into the 3v3 as now they move up. They don't have a way to cut out the donut player, and that's a bit of a problem here. They're searching for these fights over towards spawn, but Nip have pushed up and are now playing close, tucked in. Perfecto seems aware of this as a possibility. But this is going to be awkward for Navi to even get the ball rolling. It kind of hinges on Nip giving them a kill, and Hendrik has done that with a swing out from spawn. There's the reaction from Brolin as he tries.
Just do it, right? Just call something, let's do it. And maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, but at least we're doing things properly.
Man, I hope we can get a shot of Hendrik's hand grip later, man. I've never seen a grip like that, how he was just holding his mouse. That was madness. But he can work it with that AWP. So let's see what he's got in another crucial round for Nip to stop this game from spiraling out of control. Was once 5-0, was once 6-1, but Navi now with a bit of a statement. Simple looks for the B pick. Hendrik from Donut finds Bit. He's been winning those fights without a doubt on this CT side. Perfecto's up in the B site though, smokes it down. It's given Navi a lot of room.
Yeah, Perfecto just tucked in. Hiding at the back of the site, Simple delivers another kill to Navi. There's a few fights here that are just on timers that are going to happen eventually because both Config and Perfecto are tucked in different hidey holes. Config trying to make a move and push in. Will thread the needle for one. Doesn't learn about Perfecto, who's still hanging out.
No way.
Still just waiting. He could get this trade. He could, but he's going to do it on his own time. Oh, buddy.
Calculated.
It's a weird way for this one to go. Res response. Ceratops, man.
Oh.
Right, let's go. Here we are, NIP. Something about dinosaurs to bring it all back together. And here we are.
What? No way!
Spams the smoke.
Oh.
Luckily enough, Brolin's there to get the trade.
Just another fossil now.
Yeah. Good one.
Take a bit of an advantage in that engagement. Simple dead. They learn about the AWP. They're going to try and pressure him, but Hendrik up close. Needed some combat AWPing out of the man there. They line up for Brolin, but he only takes one out of the round with him. It's going to come down to a 2v2 retake of this B site.
Big entries. We've had this retake before, though. Very similar setup, except both coming from CT. We'll see if Rez actually even joins on this one. They're mollied out. He's going to flash configging. Double long right now. They just take a random swing. The timing is perfect. Navi, bury Nip down in the dirt, waiting for that move.
Oh, NIP is actually forcing into this one.
Around the AWP. Hendrik's been solid, but he's just not. He's not really going for openers. Oh, how does he win that?
Well, nice to see Config returning to form mid-push, and now Alexi's 5-7. His shot from the AWP, and Perfecto struggling to hold on. It's going to fall onto MPL in the clutch, 1v2. And that was what hamstrung Navi in the previous A play, but this time the smoke falls perfectly. They do lock out that donut AWP. Electronic is just holding W and collecting kills. Deals with Alexi in the head-to-head. Rez full blind in the smoke. They've got him boxed in, and they will deal with him eventually. Great spot for Navi to be in here. Taking Red away so decisively to open up the round is really hamstrung NIP and going for this retake. And so they should just look to save these guns with their money on the line. You know, you said it, you thought whoever wins this one wins this round on the back of the money. Looks to take two at the end of the half. So Nip are going to try and give themselves the best possible chance in a powerful spot right now. Can just play off Bit's contact. Caught with Util. Unfortunate timing on the molly pull. But this is where Simple is meant to reclaim these. Uh-oh! That's the bomb away from Navi, and a very ugly way for this round to fall apart. Perfecto left up in it alone. They're getting pushed. NIP clamp down. This is happening though. Cave's been taken. And so even though there's this prospect of the ramp fight, Cave is the real object of NIP's desires. They're looking to move in on the back of that flash, skirting out of danger. The long player will survive. Perfecto lives to fight another day, and he even takes Config out of the round. Man advantage for Navi, but that bomb plant will come through. NIP gonna win this in the 3v4 post plant.
There's no kit right now, but that smoke is big. They need to isolate Brolin ASAP. He's trying to force a kill, swing out. Electronic to 1v1 taken. They're all coming in from the long side. Brolin will get overwhelmed. Through the smoke goes Head Trick. It's desperate for Nip, but they have nothing else to do. Navi will pick it up.
Rifle on rifle, that's my favorite type of action, Harry. You can see an early mid-fight.
Lexi leads the charge. What a way to find the openers. Straight out with the flashes, ready to meet Navi in the middle. And Perfecto now looking for these trades, playing around the red smoke, but mid is a scary place to find yourself when you don't have the info. One man already gets past in the donut. Perfecto might never have anything offered up. Simple Zorp gonna have to do the heavy lifting.
Abort mission.
Defense to the A site. You've seen that AWP, and that's gonna put the fear in you a little bit here.
Yeah, they already lean back over to B. MPL has Cave, but right now the ramp is an unknown quantity. The Perfecto will have to take up. They're even gambling with Simple. Navi are making the perfect read in this round, and MPL wins this 1v1. He hangs around for more. Brolin gives him a go, and will take him out. 3-on-2. That's going to tempt you in, but look who lies in wait. Will Alexi be able to call this bomb backwards? Will they get that info? Oh, Head Trick doubting it. Alexi starting to make a move, and that bomb needs to leave. Simple realizes, but it's too late. Nip have the site. I also really like that mid take for Nip in this round. You see Navi get pretty desperate and try and play two players behind the instant smokes on Donut and Red, and they like flash out, but Alexi's running up, staring into the wall. Perfect, essentially anti-flash on an entry. And so Navi pop through, they get a bit of a team blind in there, and Alexi, full vision, just sprays down both. So a really nice round from him, and he even takes a space to win the round. So 10-9, Nip do it with the guns.
See NIP, you know, no timeout really. So either they're pretty set on what they want to do. They want to keep the pressure on Navi, like try to get that reset. That will give them a lot of momentum.
It's a very close game right now.
Navi's getting good reads though, you know, like they see here, ooh, that's a big fight for Brolin to win. Like they had two guys towards A, and that's where the attack is coming. But that one kill, see how it moves the defenders. It moves Simple with the AWP. So this is actually looking great for NIP.
They were set up for A anyway, and now they're going to confirm it with that double push. They have a lot of room right now. And Navi making a gamble, who have at least made it a 4-on-4, can attempt this round. They blocked the donut smoke by accident.
Their own smoke.
That's super awkward. It's not open. It's not a position to worry about, but it is open. Flash to spawn. Up in front is Bit. Saves his AWP's life.
Oh no, this gets really awkward now.
Look at this
the
spot.
AWP on the cross.
What?
They don't know. Res! That one's free!
What?
They do have to worry about this non-smoked donut, but they're winning all these other fights on the wrap round. Electronic moving in. Won't be offered anything here. Tap on the bomb, trying to bait a peek. One man back in main, one in the temple. Electronic trying to get things done on his own. Simple here to lend a helping hand.
Big.
Smoke, but Simple's the man with the kit. Simple still going hunting with this AWP. Gonna hopefully get on the bomb. It's Electronic to stick it. They trade that out. Simple's now finally on the defuse. Alexi running out of ammo, and he's run down.
On mid, you know, towards CT a little bit too early. It seems that they're not really aware properly of what's open and what the timings are for different areas of the map.
Ooh, cheeky config. Very cheeky. I like the move, and Electronic could not see it coming.
Dude, that's such a scalp to find as well. Like, the fact that it's, you know, Electronic's just been huge across the last few rounds. He is, like, the driving force behind Navi right now. Simple. Couple of misses at the end of the last round. He's had his laugh, though. What? Okay, that one looked dead on. Looked like it was going to be 3 for Simple. Instead, it's just the double, but that's enough to put the fear in Nip.
Yeah.
Sends them away from the A site.
What's scarier, the bark or the bite of the AWP? It terrifies Nip. Shotgun snipers, they want nothing to do with it.
I think the bullet
Yeah,
That's
maybe.
the most scary part about it.
Takes two. Perfecto tangoing, top mid, perfect spray. No matter which M4 you give him, he makes it work.
0-1 down in the series. Fast out middle again. This has been a nice way for them to get involved, but the nade finds one, and
Hello?
Bit, he
Dude, Bit's
should have heard
FOV,
this.
Bit's FOV in this game is non-existent, man. He's like walking past players and not even realizing. Rez in Temple, now that. Electronic, he can jump on this box right now. It's easily done over the top of the one-way, and he's going to get an easy kill as well. Rez hits a deke, but these nades, they are brutal right now. Bludgeoning Nip, as simple as that.
The vibes seem immaculate. He's like laughing. He's got full faith in Electronic in those moments. And now he's on a bit of a path to recovery over these last few rounds, because it has been a bit of a rough go at it for Simple here. But now, like, with him finding form and Electronic and Perfecto having held down the fort throughout the entirety of this game up until this point, I think it just adds so much to Navi to be worried about. Simple's getting mobile with the AWP, even moving away from these A site holds this time over towards the B side of the map, and that is where Nip are looking to set up.
Oh, he goes through
with the backstab, and even though Config trades it out, there is a third man. There's a third set of hands here. Simple on the ramp side with the AWP.
Oh, surprised by that one.
That one is a bit of a head scratcher. They didn't have Cave the whole time.
No, I mean, Config got that kill from really close in these really close games when Navi are losing silly rounds, that he can go quiet, and you wonder where his head's at, but he seems a lot more involved in the cooling there. Navi, they go for this mid-fight, Yanko. They have numbers. The flashes are still a big problem. It's Rez alone, though. He's not trying to force a kill. And as that smoke comes in, Electronic spams him on the bloom. Navi win mid, and they reset quickly as Nip group outside B.
MPL, good spot to try to go 1-for-1 with the Famis. There's that first.
Nice.
Brolin trades, but he even lands another dink in the killing blow. So Brolin now low, head trick up through ramp. Two players right there, and he's seeing a bit of shoulder. So he knows that something waits for him in the site. Well, angle held on the pixel gap in a cave, but they've dodged his contact for the most part, and Simple is the man to swing out with his AWP and get involved. Here's the reply for Navi. Head trick, 1v4, out onto the AK. Picks up some util, turns around for the fast flank, and is going to catch Electronic, but at what cost? He's now low on health.
Navi, the only difference was Nip didn't take it. They had Rez holding passive and he loses his fight. This is more like what we've seen Config going for the late flash play out, and there it is again. It's worked every single time they trade it immediately. Navi don't let this round spill out of control off that opening kill. But that's nothing's changed there for Config. He's again set up by Rez 10 seconds late and pops out mid for the entry kill. Beating Electronic, the top performer on Navi right now. They're just happy it's still even. Double cave setup, Simple on the AWP here. Not seen this angle taken. Is that molly deep enough? It might not be. Simple refaces inside of the flames, and he gets put very low. In fact, finished by the nade. His won't land. It's just been nade trade right now. The flank is good, but Alexi just looks away, and he jumps the gun. Everyone is nervous right now. What's going on? They're out A. Bomb come back, but it's going up the ramp. So much room.
Right, with Rez so deep, basically he just can't die. That's the one thing that can't happen. And the dink, but not the death out of Bit. That keeps the A play open. They are going to start to move players around our Navi, looking for this kill. NIP, the bomb is still a ways out, and Rez, with that jump, could have given a kill over.
Crikey.
As mentioned, he just can't afford to go down. Navi know he's alone, and this bomb isn't with him yet, so they're going to try and play ahead of that package moving in. Flash to set up Perfecto, but it's just the one kill. MPL here. Here's that plant coming in. Knows right now a 1v1 is open. Takes the head off Alexi and follows up. Best.
AK while the opera is planted.
He had the bomb. He traded it back to Alexi in the spawn when they were running a rotate. Great grenade for Navi early. Look at the space they've taken on A as well. But Hedrick wins a crucial opening kill. Battered by the util, but responds well to MPL.
Dude, it's kind of sick how across this series, Hedrick has been willing to throw himself into these very early fights, right? Trying to make plays with the AWP.
4-0 in opening duels in this map alone. Not the most common. I think there's been questions on AWPers under Alexi B in the past, right? Even if you just look at like Monacy and G2 when he was there, and then the uptick Monacy had after in-game leaders changed. Questions of keeping his AWPers too passive on T sides. We've seen recent form from Hedrick look great. That's a nice wait for Config. He gets delivered a kill.
Config just keeps collecting free kills over in mid. Now, there is this main push from Bit, who is one of the other struggling voices within Navi. He needs to offer up a multi-kill. That's the bomb. And Bit swings and smites them down with 3 from bottom of the board. He's hit a home run here for Navi. The bomb now away from them. And Bit has masterminded this round, looking to take it over the line. Hedrick might be all the way through the B site, but that's no use to Nip without this bomb. Config is trying to retrieve it, but it's not going to happen. And perfecto holds.